Hi, my name is Dee. I live in Florida, and I want to go back about 8 years ago. I don't know why, I just decided to share some information with those that may need it. And I am still struggling, though, today. Let me make that clear. But 8 years ago, I had a good job. I was cutting hair out in Tampa. I also had a bed, and a woman had told me about a new website called Craigslist. And she said you can buy and sell anything on it, and it's free. So I thought, instead of paying for a local ad in the paper, or doing the flyer, which sometimes they don't take it off for weeks, even if it does sell, I just thought I'd try out this Craigslist. So I made an account up, went online, queen bed, whoever the maker was, clean, barely slept on, which was true because it was in our guest room, and I put $100. By the time I got to work, I got a phone call from my, at that time, husband, and he said, guess what? The bed is gone. It only takes me 45 minutes to get to Tampa from my house. So I was like, wow, because this is like 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I said, that's awesome. So, because he wasn't tech savvy, I said, as soon as I get home, I'll delete the ad. Then, on my way home, I looked again, and it said, bed, free. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I stopped, and I thought for a second, wait a minute. If my bed that was really clean just came out of my clean home, and if that's the case, then why not? And so I went home, I drug my husband out, he went down the street, he got the bed. No sooner or later did we get it off of my truck, and the phone rang, and it asked about this bed. And I said, yes, I still have it available. And he looked at me like, you're crazy. And they came over, and they bought it. So then I got to thinking, wow, like, should I feel guilty for that? I mean, it was free, but at the same time, it was free, and so why not? It didn't hurt anybody, and people, probably do it all the time, where I just invented something that I didn't even know existed, because I'd never done that before. So then I started looking under a section I found called free stuff, and I saw free 3-piece hunter green leather. When I got there, I had a guy help me load all 3 of his pieces, couch, love seat, and chair, onto my truck. And I got home, and I thought it was like borderline, like I really wouldn't want it, because I like my stuff pretty nice. But I'm not saying this was junk. The underneath lining was intact. There were no rips. It wasn't faded. Nothing like that. I need you to know that. It's not like, it was creepy and ripped and all this stuff. And these 2 guys came in, and I could just tell by the way they looked, they must have owned a used furniture store. So they said to me, how much was that again? And I said, well, I had it on Craigslist for $275, and they turned to me and said, we'll take it. Well, they looked at each other first, and then they looked at me, and they said, we'll take it. Well, at that time, my dad was sitting at the kitchen table, and he looked at me like, really? So the 2 men hurried up as fast as they could, loaded it up on their truck, and took off. So now I have $275. As I'm counting it out with a big smile, because my father always said, you're a go-getter and money hungry. And I get a phone call. And at that time, I also had a few beds, because why? Of what happened to me a month prior with my situation of selling my personal bed and the free one I got around the block. And I live in a nice, subdivision. I'm nowhere near as a millionaire. I wish I was. and you're not going to become a millionaire. But if you are struggling and you're faced with the deadbeat dad syndrome and you're ready to lose your home, it also depends what area you're in. If you're out in farmland country and the one nearest Walmart's 45 minutes away, don't think you'll have much luck. But if you're in a, pretty busy part of town and there's some really nice homes, you'll be surprised what people will give away. And we went to the extremes of going to flea markets. It wasn't just free stuff from Craigslist. We went to flea markets. We took the small stuff and brought it to flea markets that have rent a booth for $5 and walked away making $300 for the day just on stuff that I got for free and from the stuff that I paid $5 for a Louis Vuitton purse and I'd sell it at the flea market for $15. So mind you, there's so many ways to make money with this. There's also Amazon that you can make money. You know it, and you see it all the time. Books in those boxes. Some of those college books in there are $100, $150, $200. People have them for $1 a piece. Load up on them. Put them on Amazon. I've gotten $80 for a book I paid $1 for. And I'm just trying to share this information with you. I'm sure this isn't the first time. It may be the first time. I'm hoping that you've heard of it. But it does happen, and you can make money. So as I go on with my story, my dad's sitting at the table. The guys take their 3-piece leather and they split. The phone rings about a twin I had. The twin was only, I think, $80. You're going back 8 years ago, so some things are a little muffled. But the guy, I was like, Dad, oh my God, they're still, loading up the twin bed. And I got a call for another bed, because I had actually just kept loading up and loading up and loading up. And, the more I saw, if it was decent, I went to an area called Clearwater and got what literally still had plastic on it. And they said they used it, just for bed bug reasons. And the guy only had it a year, and he said he didn't like it. Absolutely free. Now, once I started doing really good, I invested in a trailer because I had a truck. It was just easier. I could store more. I never went around trash picking. To each their own. If it looks good and it's in the trash, grab it. But my words of wisdom come from the experiences that I was good, lucky. A little bit of luck involved, I believe, and a lot of legwork. But guess what? That Saturday that my dad was there, only 3 hours went by, and I think I sold 3 or 4 beds, plus the leather set, and it was about $1,200 I made. And my father looked at me and said, I'm in the wrong business. And from that point, I wished I would have banked more savings, because now I have nothing. But we lived the dream of my 2 sons having smartphones, the flat screens. I did have a nest egg. I had my kitchen redone. I got a lot accomplished with the money that I made. And then it was just less and less free after the recession, and more and more beds. And it got to the point where you could see pictures, and the pictures were so disturbing that somebody would sell a bed. Come on now, with bed stains? That's disgusting. If you're gonna do it, you need to do it right. Make sure, even if it's free, if it's disgusting and dirty, who would want it? If you don't want it, then why should you sell it to somebody? But like I said, with these words that I'm telling you, I'm trying to share something that I'd say kept us living comfortably. for probably 6 years of our lives. And then it turned out that, like I said, it just started getting overwhelmed with people selling the same things. But then I went ahead and I started in with the Amazon and going around to garage sales and getting books. Getting items that just got lucky and that would sell. And if you're going to do something like that on the side, well, you do it. And if you're at a yard sale, you're going to be looking for books. Because books, especially college books, will be expensive. But that's me. This is my first video, so video 1. I will have some more tricks that you can try in your area. I've just been nosy, looked in other areas, and couldn't believe that some of the nicest free things had actually been on there for days, where people haven't done it. So there are a lot of areas out there that I know are not being cashed in on. And, when it says for needy families only, I honestly wouldn't go pick those up for free. I just felt too guilty inside. But if it said free, first come, first serve, you better believe I was the first one there. So with that being said, happy free shopping to you. And now they have a reality show. They're doing it. And they're on television. I think it's called Buy It and Flip It, Trash to Treasures, or something like that. So anyway, cast off, and good luck, everyone. I hope you come back next time you see D for dollars. Okay? And have a great night. Thanks.